light that flame, put on that oven, put that apron on, and let's get cooking. Welcome to FriarChef again. It's great that you'll be here for this wonderful Thanksgiving preparation. We have a guest today, which we haven't had in a long time.
Right, Brother Paul.
Brother Paul is here, and he is going to make for you, I think, one of the best cheesecakes I have ever eaten.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, I've never made cheesecakes, but this cheesecake is absolutely delicious, and I don't want to build it up. I really don't want to build it up, but it really is good. And I know Father David's very, very talented, but I don't think he could make a cheesecake that good.
I don't really do well with the baking stuff.
No. Yeah, we know
I'm
that.
a chef more of
other
stuff.
Yeah, forget it. Let's go on. He's going to make, as I say that. So, but before, I'd like to turn it over to Father David because he has some very interesting questions dealing with Thanksgiving.
Yes. Some people have asked about some Thanksgiving preparations and how Thanksgiving dinner is such a complicated dinner. Some would say it's one of the most complicated dinners to create, mostly because of the timing and all that stuff. So, okay, Brother Paul, Chef Paul, do you have any advice for preparing a stress-free Thanksgiving meal, especially when you're cooking for a large group?
I guess my best advice would be start early. There's a lot of stuff you can do beforehand so that you're not stressing on the day. You know, the turkey needs to go in the oven, you need to cook your vegetables, your side dishes, and so forth. Some of those things could be done beforehand.
What are some of the make-ahead dishes that you think? You mentioned a couple. Can you go into a little more detail?
Well, I think number one, you can make your desserts beforehand.
Right.
So even the dessert today is better the next day. So you can make it several days beforehand.
Great.
You can make some of your vegetables a few days before. Your stuffing, have it ready, and you just heat them up on the day.
What are your top tips for cooking a perfectly moist and flavorful turkey?
I mean, obviously, you know, the trend now is frying a turkey, which is great.
I've had that. That is absolutely
and it's moist.
Phenomenal.
But not everybody can do that. You need to baste, and you need to make sure you don't overcook, because overcooked turkey is dry. Unbasted turkey is dry. So baste it with the liquids that are in the bottom, or butter, or even chicken broth, whatever you have, just to make sure that it's getting basted as it's cooking.
So now, here's the Thanksgiving question for most people. Stuffing in the turkey or stuffing prepared outside the turkey?
Good question. I would say stuffing out. The tradition has always been to put it in. The problem with that is it takes longer for the inside of the turkey to cook.
Oh, makes sense.
So if you cook it, it's not going to taste any better inside the turkey. I mean, you may disagree, but stuffing doesn't add moisture to the turkey.
Yeah. So here we have it. You heard it here on FriarChef, stuffing outside the turkey, right?
Yeah,
okay.
I would agree.
Now, how can some home cooks elevate a classic Thanksgiving dinner? How do you elevate those dishes so that mashed potatoes aren't just the same mashed potatoes we had Tuesday?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Oh, he does.
I put mascarpone in.
Yes.
Jeez,
Michael makes phenomenal mashed potatoes.
They're good.
I was going to suggest something like that.
Yeah.
Search for recipes that will give you the traditional kind of vegetables that you want to have, but with a little twist on them. So mascarpone cheese, for instance, is one recipe my mother had that had that in it, and cream,
chives,
and so forth. So if you want to elevate the dish, start looking for recipes that will give you what you want, but also give you a little twist to make it a little nicer.
What are some unique or modern twists that you can put on a traditional Thanksgiving dinner?
You know, I think a lot of people it's comfort food. So you don't have to have turkey if you don't like it. I personally, like I said, I don't like turkey. So have foods that you like, your traditional foods from your culture, or foods that you just like to have. It'll make your day special.
Okay, so I have just one other thing to say.
Yeah.
And this is kind of like a really good question. So, and either of you can answer it. If April showers bring May flowers, what do May flowers bring? pilgrims.
Okay.
I think we're going to go into the dessert now, right?
Oh, come, let's get going. I want to taste this.
Okay, let's hit it.
And I'm here today to make you a Basque cheesecake for Thanksgiving. This is a special kind of cheesecake because normally when we eat cheesecake in the United States, it has a crust or it has something on top like fruit or caramel. This one is very simple. And in its simplicity, the flavors really come out. So I'd like to show you a little bit of it's very simple as well. So I'd like to show you a little bit of what we do to make this cake. Okay, so first you're starting with 36 ounces of cream cheese. So that would be 4.5 sticks if you're going by like Philadelphia cream cheese sticks. You can use whatever kind of cream cheese you like. You can use low fat, you can use full fat. Today we're using full fat cheese. Also on the list is 2 cups of heavy cream. Again, if you would rather use light cream or even half and half, you need the liquid, but it doesn't really matter what kind of cream you use. Today we're using full fat cream. Also is 1 cup and 2/3 of white sugar. With this one, you really need the volume of sugar. There are different kinds of sugar you can use. I would suggest you stick to either white or this turbinado sugar that's larger grains. Those are fine. If you want to experiment and try different sugars, go right ahead. And certainly let us know what your experience is like with that, because I'd like to know. And then the last 3 ingredients are 3 tablespoons of white flour, a teaspoon of vanilla, and 7 eggs. But we're using 6 full eggs and 1 egg yolk. Now you might ask, does it make a difference whether or not it has that extra egg yolk? Really, it's about fat content, so you can leave it out. But if you do put it in, you may see a difference because it adds to the richness of this dessert, okay? So let's begin. First thing you want to do is make sure that your cream cheese is soft, so room temperature, and you add your sugar to your cream cheese and just mix it. So we're going to mix right now. So again, if you don't have a mixer, there are hand mixers, there are standing mixers. You can actually whip this, if your cream cheese is soft enough, with a spatula. You really want to make sure there are no lumps, so it may take a bit of time to mix it with a spatula. You know, I had the pleasure of walking the Camino de Santiago this summer with a group of students from Alvernia University. And we were close to Basque country in Spain, which is where this cake originates. And I had the opportunity to have it several times, to be honest. And it was really just as rich and delicious as this recipe. I think that's good. Just make sure that your sugar is incorporated with your cream cheese. Okay, so the next part of this recipe is incorporating your flour into your cream. This one you want to make sure that it is well incorporated because otherwise you'll have lumps. So that's why I'm using a whisk. Again, if you don't have a whisk, you can use a fork. We're just trying to incorporate the flour in so that it's not lumpy. If you dump the flour directly in, you risk that having lumps. Okay, I think that's good. So your next step is then to incorporate your flour and cream mixture into your cream cheese and sugar. And then mix it on low because this is a lot of liquid and it's gonna splash up on you if you go too fast. So I'm wearing an apron to protect my habit, but if you may notice, it is a special apron that if you like it, you can purchase it at the Franciscan store. So, next step, you're going to incorporate your 6 eggs one at a time and 1 egg yolk. So again, you can omit the egg yolk if you like, you don't have to. You can even put in the whole egg if you'd like. It's not going to change it that much. But each time you put an egg in, you want to incorporate it with the beaters. Okay, we've come to the point where we've incorporated all 6 eggs. So the last part is just 1 egg yolk. And then finally, your teaspoon of vanilla extract. And that's it. And right now we're going to put it in our tin. You'll see here that we have a springform pan with parchment paper. You don't have to use parchment paper. If you can't get it, you can just grease the tin. Even if it is non-stick, grease it anyway, because it'll come off easier. So, into the tin it goes.
Boy, that's thick, isn't it? Do you mind if I lick it? I mean,
It's delicious. I just looked at
do you? Oh, I know.
You can.
I'll
leave
this-
a little bit for you. How's that? So you want to put this into a 450-degree oven for a half an hour. The beauty of this is, as you see, it's caramelized on top. So it looks burnt, it's not. That's part of the flavor. You can leave it in a little bit longer if you'd like it a little darker. You can leave it in a little bit less if you'd like it lighter. Just know that the center is going to be a little bit moist. It's not going to be completely firm throughout the whole cake.
Oh, boy.
I'll put it into a 450-degree oven for a half an hour.
And you preheated that, right?
Yes. All right, Father David. You cut, I'll plate.
David, I like a small piece because it's
Okay.
very rich.
Look at how beautiful that is.
Isn't it? That's the way I like it.
Just so you know, though, before we did this one here asked me, would you cut the cheesecake? And I said, sure, I can cut. Do you know how to do that? He literally asked me, do I know how to cut a piece of cake? This is what I have to put up with.
Everybody has different skills. You never know.
Look at this cheesecake, huh? Let me tell you something. Oh, my God.
Good?
Oh,
It's a little crumbly, but
that's all right.
it's all going to the same place. Thank you.
And I like the dark. It gives flavor. You know, it really does. Oh,
Let's try it.
isn't that good?
Oh my God.
Came out good.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what else? It's light. It's not like a New York cheesecake can be very heavy.
Very much. So this will serve up to 12 people. Depends on how big of a piece you'd like. And it costs about $20 to make between the cream cheese. You might have sugar in your pantry already, the cream, the eggs. I think it's a wonderful gift to bring to someone because it's unique. You know, you're going to see a lot of apple pie and pumpkin pie, which is wonderful, but you're not going to see a whole lot of Basque cheesecake at tables. So I hope you'll try it.
Please try it. Please try it. I mean,
Goes great with pasta, huh?
Peanut butter pasta.
Excellent. Excellent idea, Paul. I think we should do a segment on peanut butter pasta. What do you think, guys?
Are you going to invite me?
Absolutely.
I think I have a doctor's
Okay.
appointment that day.
We didn't decide the day yet.
Oh, all right.
From all of us to all of you, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
and enjoy
Thanksgiving.
phenomenal cheesecake.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Bye-bye.
And
Bye-bye.
don't forget,
Subscribe.
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 God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.